You are live.
Wala pa eh. Okay. Okay. Just shut down the ano. Alright, magandang gabi. Ako po si Trixie Cruz-Angeles and this is Luminous. Kanina po, may mga nagsasabi na nung nag-live ako in Pililla, Rizal, kanina, hindi nila naririnig yung audio. So this is the chance now to reiterate yung mga uh, hindi nyo narinig kanina. So, among other things, yes, today I was reinstated dito sa Luminous. Meaning, pwede na ako po uli mag-live. Pangalawa, um, uh, I would just like to remind everybody na dito sa Luminous, we have several people who can post. So, andyan si Ira, si Adrian, si JP, si Ahmed, and myself. So, kapag nagpo-post kami, ka nilalagay namin yung mga pangalan namin. Ako rin, maglalagay na rin po ng pangalan para akuin namin kung ano yung sinasabi namin. Kasi ang nangyayari, yung ibang mga komentarista na gustong-gusto nila na magkaroon ng content based on something we said or did not say, ay diniblame nila ang isa't isa for something that uh, neither of us had said or somebody else said pero idinidirect nila sa ibang tao. So let me just make it clear right now. We are responsible for our own posts. Kung ako nagsabi, ako yon i-state ninyo, ako yung mababatikos. Pag iba yung nagsulat, di sana that person can either have all the praise or all the blame or all the criticism. In some instances naman kasi, we all agree on a certain topic. So, it won't be, it's okay. Kumbaga, we'll defend each other. Pero sometimes, hindi rin kami nagkakapare-pareho ng pananaw kung kaya't kailangan akuin ng isa't isa ang kanilang mga salita. At yung third parties, yung mga gusto gumawa ng content base dun sa mga sinasabi namin, o edi sige, pero give credit or blame where credit is due. Okay, let me just check your ano. Uh, Uy, kamusta na po yung mga nasa YouTube? Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Si Procopio, Delby, Del de Guzman, Maite Baeza, Bridex, Jojo Cristobal, Jim Carl S., A. Aldemita, Monpa, Hayward Gomez, Jacqueline Bueno, Jen Gachi, Roger Kabudsan. On on Facebook, Armin Alde, Erickson Gahudo, Veronica Diego, Belia Pambid Angeles, and so on. So today, I'd just like to reiterate, today, nag-live kami, nasa Pililla Rizal, in order to discover new places. May oras eh, di ba? Tapos ang serbisyo sa gobyerno. So, in furtherance, dun sa ating pagtutulong sa administrasyon, tinatandaan po natin ang Economic Transformation Program ng ating Pangulo. Sa economic transformation, hinihikayat niya ang mga tao na among other things na tangkilikin ang sariling atin, ang Filipino-made products, Filipino services, and so on. Naghihikayat siya ng investment dito sa Pilipinas at yun nga, paano kung tayo ay makakatulong pa in other ways, well, one of them is yung local tourism. Bahagi po yan ng pagbubuhay ng ating ekonomiya, pagta-transform nito. We help Filipino businesses, we help restart the economy and eventually not just recover but to transform the economy and hopefully go beyond pre-pandemic levels. So, ginagawa namin is tinitignan namin yung ibang mga lugar na maaari natin puntahan for rest, relaxation, tourism purposes, or even investment. So kanina, dumaan na naman kami sa Pililla and then we went all the way up to Real Quezon and looking around for other places. Ini-encourage po namin lahat ng tao na for weekend activities to do the same. Hindi lang yung mga regular places, kumbaga marami po tayong mga choices. And other small businesses related to tourism, maaari natin silang tulungan by the simple fact of going there for our own rest, relaxation, and discoveries, di ba? Ah, in furtherance of that, so we also start to study dun sa yung mga places na pinupuntahan natin. So, hindi pa natin masyadong how do you, today was kind of like a cold call. Kumbaga, kung pinuntahan namin yung mga lugar, not knowing anything about it, it was just a ride, a discovery ride, kumbaga. And the more often that we do this, then the more familiar we will be with the places to go to, and among other things, the things that we can buy. So, natuwa ako dun sa ibang mga furniture that's being sold on the roadside. Okay. Yes po, I missed everybody here. I see so many comments saying na na-miss ninyo ako. And believe me, ako din na-miss ko po kayo. I mean, this isn't a communication that just goes one way. I miss your comments. I miss your chika. I miss all of these. Pero we had to take some time para magserbisyo sa gobyerno. Pasintabi lang po, I cannot and I will not talk about controversial matters pertaining to my service in government because I don't think it will help. What I just want to do is to go back to what we have always been doing and trying to help the country and disseminating information in the best way that we can. I'm not saying that I won't make mistakes, as since we all do. Sometimes there are human failings, even in the things that we know. But what we can promise is that now that we're back, so that whatever it is we will impart to you, if we make mistakes, we will admit those mistakes and correct them. So, hindi tayo yung magmamatigas, na huli na ngang mali, magmamatigas pa. And the other thing that we also want to advocate is for people to be able to do that. Napansin nyo ba, and this is one of our topics today, napansin nyo ba, na kapag kunwari, and this has happened to me several times, pagka nagkamali ako, tapos may mag-criticize, I will say, oh, I'm sorry, you're right. I made a mistake here. The correct answer is ganito. Instead of saying good na lumabas na yung totoo, babatikusin ka pa, i-criticize at ibabash. Let's normalize people admitting mistakes and apologizing for them. That way, we don't dig in. We don't make people dig in out of pride. Pagka nagkamali, say that we made a mistake or say that, well, maybe we made a mistake on this part, but this part still is correct. Kailangan, yung para freeing discussion. We learn from our mistakes and we are human. Nobody is expected to be perfect all the time. But that we should show good effort to be correct, and if making mistakes, then admit them and correct those mistakes. I-normalize po natin yan, especially here on social media. And that way, fake news isn't going to be such a big problem. Kasi sometimes, pag nagsasalita tayo, kunwari may live, o kaya meron tayong post, base yun dun sa impormasyon that we know at the time. And sometimes that information is either disproven or will sometimes or uh, alters later on. So, for example, we talk about an attempted hostage taking. What information comes out, sometimes we will issue commentary on that or explain some of the factual information. Later on, may lalabas, updated na, meron ng mali dun sa sinabi natin. So, let's normalize adapting to that. Oh, kanina our information was this. Now that we have been corrected, we apologize, or if it wasn't really our fault, we will just simply correct it. This way, it doesn't become a hit or miss, an all or nothing approach. Yung ginagawa natin ganito is part of what we call a national conversation. Nag-uusap-usap tayo. tungkol sa gobyerno because we are participating in government. We are participating through giving our opinions because we have a say in our how our country is run. It's not direct kasi ang say natin usually is limited by through elections. We elect the people who make decisions, and normally we trust them to make those decisions. But since those people are never going to be perfect, and when they make mistakes, it is up to us, it is our duty as citizens to call that out. It shouldn't be. That's why we want to normalize people admitting mistakes, even government officials admitting mistakes and correcting them kasi hindi people don't dig into that mistake. Huwag na nating i-bash pag may nagkamali. Pag kinorek nila, dapat nga pinupuri natin and that's regardless of political position. Okay? Ah, hello po, na-miss ko sobra live nyo, sabi ni Thea Santiago. Ako rin, na-miss ko rin po yung pagla-live. So, sabi ni Going Abgeek by Ian. Oh my God, welcome back po uli. Actually, I wasn't that prepared to go live tonight, pero nakita ko may mga tao na na-miss nila yung earlier live dahil mahina ang audio or there was something wrong. So, ayun. Sabi ni Ma'am Eden, it's like being able to breathe again. So, ano pa ba yung mga issues of the day? Ngayon, nakita ko may mga tao na binabash si Kong Sandro, Congressman Sandro Marcos of Ilocos Norte. Now, ang problema is nababash siya kasi abbreviated yung sinabi niya. Alam niyo naman sa social media and most often sa traditional media as well, kino-quote nila partial lang ng sinabi ng tao and so nawawala yung konteksto. So I understand that Congressman Sandro actually had a lengthy explanation for the weakness of the peso, but some people have chosen to focus only on the first part. And that is as much fake news as it is to give wrong information. Kasi pag kulang yung kino-quote ninyo for the sole purpose of making a person look bad, then that is not helpful. Kumbaga, sana pinakinggan nyo naman yung buong explanation ni Kong Sandro. So, I think we should also normalize this to understand the context of what a person is saying. Okay. Salamat nag-live na kayo uli. Opo. Alright. Ma'am Mariam Nasra Molina is watching from Sweden. Yes, ma'am, I miss you too. Hi and hello daw, sabi ni Ma'am Betchay. Hindi po ako glamorous tonight, ha? Naka-t-shirt, tsaka walang makeup. Okay? Opo, namimiss ko lahat ng mga sutil dito. Wag pong kakalimutan, like and share ha. Balik na tayo sa dating polisiya. Don't forget to like and share. So, ito sabi ni Nemuel Ordinario, tama naman yung sinabi ni Kong Sandro Marcos. Ha. Yes, actually tama, but some people felt that it was awkward how he said it, which I don't agree with also. So, ewan ko, some people will just take any opportunity to bash or to make fun of a person. So ang ano ko, ang sa akin, well, tayo talaga mga sutil eh, totoo yan. And we do like to make jokes and we do tend to have fun sometimes at other people's expense. Pero wag naman natin sasabihin na ridiculous yung sinabi ni Kong Sandro because the fact is, it is correct. Some people are not satisfied with the explanation and they think that it's too small or doesn't cover the discussion comprehensively. And I will understand that comment. And I think yung mga ganyan, valid yung criticism na yan. It is much better to ask for more rather than to quote only a portion of what that person said and then make a judgment based on that. Kulang po sa konteksto yun. Diba? Sabi ni Musikerong Panday, I'm here for you. Woohoo! Yeah, thank you very, very much. Naramdaman ko naman po yung suporta nung nagsiservisyo pa tayo sa gobyerno. At I was very grateful for it and I am constantly grateful for it even now. Maraming maraming salamat po. Ah, OA ng media, sabi ni Grimar Nicole Paderanga Acasel. Haba ng name. OA ng media ever since kasi di naman nila in-explain yung dollar-peso movement sa masa. Tama naman sinabi ni Sandro, mag-aral kasi na mabuti para di mo obvious na walang alam gaya ng mga nagre-reklamo. Ang inexplain din natin earlier on dun sa earlier na live yung tungkol dun sa hostage taking. And marami kasing nagtatanong kung ano ba to? Maraming nagbabatikos doon sa event itself, sa incident itself. At para sa akin, while most of the criticism is valid, wag po nating kakalimutan yung nakalaksaad sa ating saligang batas na all persons are considered innocent until proven otherwise. At yung proseso ng pagpo-prove otherwise, yan po yung hearing. Dahil nag-undergo pa ng hearing si Senator De Lima, considered pa po siya na inosente hanggang magkaroon na ng hatol ang ating hukuman at base dun sa ebidensya at base dun sa batas ay mahahatulan siya ng guilty or innocent or sorry or not guilty, okay. Doon din considered regular po yung merong tinatawag tayo na presumption of regularity. Ang presumption of regularity means na ang mga government officials, unless proven otherwise, pinipresume natin na tama yung paggawa nila ng kanilang trabaho and hindi lang tama ay it was in the ordinary course of doing their jobs. So yung mga pulis po, until mapatunayan natin or may ebidensya na mali ang ginawa nila at na-identify natin yung tao na gumawa ng mali, presumed regular po yung pag-conduct nila ng kanilang duties. Okay. Dun sa mga nagkukomento naman tungkol dun sa living conditions ng isang detention prisoner, in particular si Senator De Lima, then what we can say is this. Well, one, she's innocent until proven otherwise. Number two, yung nature ng crime niya ay hindi siya magiging maximum security detention prisoner. Unlike yung mga terorista na especially those that are caught in the act, maximum security po sila. Restricted talaga ang kanilang movements dahil malaki yung possibility that they will either escape or mananakit. Si Senator De Lima naman is in this kind of detention kasi high-profile prisoner siya, detention prisoner siya. Hindi po siya ordinaryo na maaaring isama sa general prison population. Hindi po dahil sa pagiging senador niya. Yung pagiging high profile niya, malaki yung possibility ayon sa hukuman na siya ay maging target ng pananakit kung nandun siya sa general prison population for detention prisoners. Sabi ni Ma'am Rosemary Tugonon, what to expect from Contra Bulates? In short, did not understand the explanations nor don't really like any explanations at all. Kibero sa kanila. Yes, but we discussed those things as a matter of information. Okay. Sabi ni Ruben Valdez, yes, Attorney Trixie is back on track. So tama pala na hindi ma-edit to remove your name from Luminous page because you're destined to return, sabi ni Olgie Kamal. Oh, let me explain that. We have tried several times to remove my name dun sa page during the time na naka-leave ako dito dahil nasa serbisyo ako ng gobyerno at posibleng at hindi ko gusto na na-identify in cases na may criticism dun sa administrasyon, which I am tasked to defend. So, unfortunately, hindi po pumapayag ang Facebook. At ilan beses na po pinost ni Atty. Ahmed yung mga sagot ng Facebook sa amin every time we requested permission to change the name of the page. So unfair po yung blame or pagka-credit sa akin ng ng mga comments ng ibang mga nagsusulat dito sa Luminous. And in fact, in some instances where people would cite what Attorney Ahmed said and then cut out his name, that is malicious because they're doing this only to lay blame on me. Which is not to say that I agree or disagree with Attorney Ahmed. I have not even issued an comment or an opinion on the matters that he had posted, pero ako pa rin ang biniblame nila. Now, the freedom of speech doesn't mean that you can exercise it only when you're right. Walang nakalagay dun sa Constitution. Pero gayon pa man, kapag maliciously wrong yung paratang sa kahit sinong individual, that can become libel. So sana naiintindihan ng ilang mga tao na gusto kaming gawing bahagi ng kanilang content na aral-aral lang po ng mga restrictions on the freedom of speech. Sabi ni Ma'am Annalyn Ugale Santa Maria, bakit po si Raffy Tulfo nasa Tulfo in action siya? Okay. Ang mga senators kasi, they are allowed to continue to speak, 'di ba? Yung restriction sa kanila iba. Ang government official, sa totoo lang, hindi naman nawawalan ng freedom of speech. Gayunpaman, as a matter of ethics, hindi pwedeng batikos. Halimbawa, ako nasa executive branch, then I cannot criticize my boss unless I get out of the service. Iba po yun. Sa legislature naman, they are free to question the policies of the executive because they are a separate branch. Talagang kumbaga, yung pagkakahiwalay ng mga sangay ng gobyerno na ito at pagiging co-equal ng bawat isa is a way of balancing the powers of each of these branches. So talagang malaya sila magbatikos nun. Ang Pangulo, maaari din naman siyang magpuna at magbigay suhestyon or even to criticize the other branches. Maaari siyang magsalita ng ganon. Pero kami, kumbaga, hindi po maganda na babatikusin namin yung sarili naming sangay or babatikusin namin ang boss namin. Kailangan unity. Kailangan iisang kumpas at iisang salita. Bahagi din po yun ng polisiya ng Pangulo. Sabi ni Ma'am Tatiana Akira, we support you. Sorry that it's just now I knew how to send stars. We owe you the knowledge imparted. Ma'am, wala po tayong sinisingil, pero gayon pa man, we are very, very grateful for any support that you send. In fact, part of the support na hinihingi namin sa inyo, yung pag-like, share, and follow dito sa mga pages namin. So, sabi ni Choi, thumbs down yan si Tulfo. Well, ako, for any of the Tulfos, I don't really, kumbaga, take offense dun sa mga sinasabi nila. Although, of course, as with anything, we reserve our right to protect ourselves and to protect our reputation and our rights and all that. So, uh, ang importante ay nirerespeto natin ang kalayaang magpahayag at magsalita ng bawat individual. We can criticize what a person says, pero wag sana po natin paaabutin dun sa punto na pinagbabawal natin ang ibang mga tao to say things simply because we disagree with them. Okay? Attorney si JPE nasa executive rin like you pero nasa Bayan ni Mang Juan show pa rin siya. Uh, it's possible that he was allowed by the president to do that. Uh, sabi ni, ano, sabi ni Brendalyn de los Reyes, hi, Attorney Trixie, me and Chito De Vesa are watching you. Hi, Attorney De Vesa. He's a very excellent lawyer, by the way. And sabi ni Attorney Ahmed, he is an advisor. Si how do you call him? A Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile. That is correct. Kumikita siya sa bilang senador at sa TV, YouTube, pwede pala yun. Does he? We have to check kung that is true. Um, and then we'll get back to you. We'll probably do another live on that one. So let's check the factual basis muna on that. Sabi ni Ronald One, love to see you back here watching from Houston. Their loss. No, please don't look at it that way. Alam mo naman tayo, right now, we don't talk about anything controversial with regard to my service in government. So let's keep it that way. It's not parang hindi maganda eh. Alam niyo yan, na naging bahagi ka of something that is very good and excellent, and you don't want to be bitter. So let's not do that. Totoo, ay, nope. Watching from Colorado, si Nikki Sanders. Sabi ni Pesto, bumalik na ang pambansang pampakalma na mahilig sa kape at pizza. Nakalimutan niyo yung chocolate. And shoes. Oh my gosh. Diba? Uh, so, yun din lang,
Sas is watching you.
Ay, si Sas nanonood. Kinilig ako, grabe. Nanonood si Sas. Alam niyo, every time one of our fellow bloggers, particularly ones as intelligent and articulate as Sas, watch yung live, parang nakakakilig kasi, di ba, wow, parang good housekeeping seal of approval yung ganyan. Love you, Sas. Sobrang for those who don't know Sas that well, I would like to tell you that I do know her quite well, and yung nakikita ninyong talino dyan sa vlogging niya, dun sa pagpo-post niya, fraction pa lang yon talaga. Pagka nakakausap mo na siya ng yung masinsinan, ay, ang dami pa, parang ang feeling ko, shucks, nangangarag yung alam ko. Yung gano'n, na yung depth of discussion, hindi pa natin nakikita dun sa mga posts niya. There's more to this person than we actually see. And I'm so glad that, to be able to call her our friend here in Luminous. Siya! Sabi ni Musikerong Panday, ito ni Ahmed, matulog ka na. So, so, hindi pa po ako magkakarambola kasi gusto ko pa pong umikot ng konti at makatulong pa ng konti. Ay, of course, nakakatulong din naman yung karambola, no? Pero bigyan niyo pa ako ng chance to enjoy a little vacation. Tapos, meron pa tayong i-address na medical issues. Yes po, meron po akong medical issues. Just because I'm walking around doesn't mean there's nothing wrong physically. There's such a thing as an ambulatory patient, by the way. Sabi ni Thick Walls, paabot kay Joshua Diato for being beautiful lagi sa dati ninyong office. Oh, for making me beautiful, yes. Joshua was a big part of that. Sabi ni Francis Cayetano, isa ako noon sa mga ayaw, ma-appoint si Atty. Trixie sa gobyerno, wala na kasing well-dressed on radio. Welcome back, bawal na ulit. Caps na. Grabe kayo. Pinaalala niyo pa talaga. Ano yun?
Wala, natawa lang ako.
Ayun, sabi ni Joe O'Hara, oh my gosh, I miss these names. Genkuro Churiken. Oh my gosh. Parang ano, parang, oh my God, blast for the past. Sabi ni Alan Acosta, I admire your humble and kind mindset watching from Saudi Arabia. Um, Thank you very much. I'm not sure if I'm really kind as so much as I think I have just learned a lot from my mistakes. Now, I never say that I'm perfect, but I don't also like being self-righteous or mayabang because somebody will always come along and be smarter than you. There will always be somebody uh, better, uh, prettier, smarter, thinner, you know, or, or something like that. There are also people who are less so. So, para sa akin, wala naman talaga akong advantage over anybody else. But it's just things like education and experience that give the value added. So, we put this to use, di ba? Ano ba yung sinasabi dun sa parable of the talents? Kung di mo gagamitin, baka kunin lang yan sa inyo. So, and knowledge is something that you don't lose when you give it away. So, kunwari, meron akong kaalaman na maaari ko naman ibigay, walang mawawala sa akin pag binigay ko din yun sa inyo. And you know who actually taught me that? It was Sas. Kasi nakikita ko, she's so brilliant in her field of expertise, pero hindi kawalan sa kanya. In fact, she succeeds even more because, yun, kasi pinapamigay niya yung kaalaman niya. She imparts it to us. And yes, I watch her and I closely follow her commentaries on international relations. Kahit na nag-aral din po ako noon, si Sas has a master's degree in IR, whereas I only have a minor in it. So I always, I learn from her. Plus, she explains very well. Sabi ni Argus Troy, balik ka na po sa karambola, mainit na pagpupugay buhat sa Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Uy, gusto ko rin pong batiin lahat po ng namiss ko. Lahat ng nakamiss daw sa akin. True or not, lalo-lalo na yung mga nakatira abroad, I really do miss the interactions here. Sabi mo si Kerong Panday, knowledge is important but kilay is importanter. Shucks, hindi pa ako nagsi-skincare regimen tonight. Naalala ko tuloy. So, ano pa, sabi ni Dennis Narvasa Daruca, you talk like PBBM, so kind and humble. You really speak your mind and truth without hurting others. I think that as long as we can, kumbaga, I don't think we're put on this world to hurt anybody else, but actually to help people. I think that's to help and to learn. Ma'am Pinay Paparazzi, I miss you. I was concerned with your health before you joined government kasi I remember you were absent from Carambola for a week during the New Year tapos sumunod pa after a month. Hope you're okay. There's some health issues that need to be addressed before I return or hopefully before all that. There's some other also obligations that I would like to fulfill before going back to Carambola. Sabi ni VG, attorney is so cool. No, actually, ang init dito. Hindi ako naka-aircon. Nagtitipid sa kuryente, which reminds me, something that we also have to do quite soon, or actually start now, is to conserve energy. Pagka dumating yung punto na humina uli yung peso as against the dollar, then the cost of electricity is going to go up. So, mag-save na po tayo, save money by saving energy because we should expect that things will get a little hairy when the peso against the dollar weakens. Sabi ni James, curious lang ako, pinanood ninyo rin po ba yung mga old TV interviews ninyo with the media? Ano po nafe-feel ninyo? I try not to watch myself. Kasi I'm very, very critical of myself. As for the old interviews, it will probably be very cringy for me to watch because there's some things there, some ideas that are no longer me, some ideas that I don't agree with anymore. And since we all grow and we look back on all of these things, minsan, cringe. Um, Magpadala daw po ng pansit sa Karambola uli si Richard Lomakin. Opo, pero hindi pa po muna right away. Nagbalik ako dito kaagad sa Luminous at kakalad ka rin ko rin po kayo sa Karambola if or when I go back or when I go back, then but let's take care of some things first preliminarily. Dito sa Ireland, libre ang cold ngayon. Kaso heater naman kailangan. Mahal po ang gas at oil, sabi ni Leonidas Garson. Watching from Dublin, Ireland, si Ruben Valdez. Happy to see you there again. Opo. Sabi niya, aberratio ictus. Oh, hey, alam ko ibig sabihin yan. Desiderata. For always, there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Yes, that's why, mahirap magyabang kasi kahit sabihin ko pa, ako, nag-aral ng ganito, ganyan. Mga kaklase ko nga, honors eh. And I think I graduated either in the dead center or the lower third of our class. I'm not sure. We just all have different talents and different fields of expertise. Punta po kayo ng Quezon, try niyo po yung Uraro cookies nila, sabi ni Butter Cheese Loaf. Yes po. Although in general, yung culinary adventures ko are usually in Laguna, Batangas, ganon. Kasi naiintindihan ko pa yung kanilang dishes. Sa Quezon kasi iba, although I love the pansit and the longganisa, and ano pa ba? Pero yung Uraro cookies, ang mom ko yung mahilig dyan. Sabi ni Rain Pinebook, miss talking about history pero mas na-miss ko kaya yung smile na yan. Better seeing it sa live sa Luminous kesa sa TV. Pabalik na ba yung Sutil Saturdays para makita ko smile mo? Haha, mag-aaral pa ako uli. Kasi I like to talk about Philippine history. Pero yes, I've been reading a lot of Nick Joaquin lately. And my other favorite historian, si Jose Victor Torres. I also read the book of Sol Hofilenya, this one, Under the Stacks. Tapos, pinabalikan ko yung other favorite ko na historian, si William Henry Scott. Maganda siya magsulat. But I've been reading, I don't read kasi one book at a time. So I've also been reading this one on Salahadin, and on Cleopatra. Great historical figures. You learn a lot from them, from their experience, and also their leadership. So, yun yung that's what we're trying to learn now. Sabi ni Christine, oh, I miss you. I miss you too. Hi po from Canada, sabi ni Ma'am Edith Garcia. Sabi ni Procopio, maglilibot daw muna ako ng Pilipinas. I will try. Actually, medyo dream ko yun yung makaikot talaga ng Pilipinas, yung overland. Hindi yung mag-aeroplano ako to different places. Although, I understand na hindi naman lahat maaabot overland. So, I'm trying to get to do that. I hope I can get to do that within the year. Balik ka na. I want to pick your thoughts on unmeritorious. What is unmeritorious? Do you have ill feelings? Sabi ni Jen Lim. It's not a good idea to have ill feelings about anyone. I don't even have ill feelings about other people. So why should I have ill feelings against the person who had given me a great opportunity to serve? Ano sa tingin mo, sabi ni MP, na house arrest si Laila parang Aung San Suu Kyi. I think I pronounced that correctly. So that's kind of a stretch. All right. Um, I disagree, but that's just a personal opinion. If the court agrees, then it was going to be legal. Do I feel good about it? I'm not sure. I'm conflicted about it. Um, she is in jail for a non-bailable crime, non-bailable offense. And, she's given quite a lot. Medyo mabigat yun. On the other hand, I understand also that she is a high-profile prisoner and could be subjected to a lot of danger. So those are the things that we need to balance against each other. Personally, I disagree, but it would be considered legal if the court approves it. Anything. Sabi ni Agata Olanday, miss you a lot po sa press briefings. You're simply the best press secretary. World-class standards po kayo. Ang tsaka po, uy, wag niyo naman batikusin yung OIC. Let's give her a chance. For all you know, she's just new and mistakes are expected. But let's go easy on her muna. She's a good lawyer. She's also a good person. So let's not kumbaga be too hard on whoever comes after. Like I said, diba, there will always be somebody better or lesser than you in capabilities. So let's just give them as much space as possible to learn and to develop their own style. Let's not hold them up to the same standards as even any other previous press secretary. Everybody will have their own strengths. So, intay-intayin po natin. Masyado naman po maaga pa para mag-criticize tayo. And I really don't want to do it and I don't want to give space here on Luminous for that. Ano na lang natin, let's help with constructive criticism if ever. And make your thoughts felt dun sa mga may live naman po ang RTVM pagka may press briefings, so you can make it known there. If you need to indicate that there's something that has to be added, then yes, by all means. Sabi ni, sabi ni Eric, uy, as PRD and PBBM, so as Karambola supporter, I respect your decision no matter what. You've shown what you got and it was a pro po. Thank you. Miss you po. Sabi ni Marites Martinez, just in case po bigyan kayo ulit ng chance magtrabaho sa BBM government, tatanggapin niyo po ba uli? Ingat po kayo. I think that if we are called to service as much as possible, we will do that, of course, subject to our availability to be able to help. Shout out po from Seoul, sabi ni Erin. Kami ni Osner Molina Mercado, we missed you a lot sa pag-explain ng mga issues na kung iba bang explain, wala kami maunawa. Grabe kayo. O hindi, basta sa international relations, it's always SAS who is, for me, the last say on it. Bakit ang konti ng comments sa YouTube, ha? Nagreklamo eh. Um, Sabi ni Ma'am Rowena Aves, we miss you sa Karambola. Sabi ni Mark Cyril Padaong, if given the chance, it's the same pala. Will you be back sa government service? Perhaps as senator? One thing for sure, you'll be number one in my ballot. Yeah, pero baka naman isang dosena lang kayong boboto sa akin. Sayang naman yung effort, di ba? Sabi ni Ma'am Daisy, attorney is back, bawal na all caps, bawal ang waiting shaded, bawal ang mga sutil. Hindi po, hindi bawal ang sutil. Kayo naman. Ah. Sabi ni Romel, ganda pa naman mga outfit of the day mo. Watching from Alcacin, di ako na-excite manood ng press briefing kasi wala ka doon. Oh, I do appreciate the loyalty and the appreciation as well. But I think we should give the OIC a chance. Uh, Watching from San Pedro, Laguna, si Ma'am Mirasol. Do you know that my family is from Cabuyao, Laguna? My maternal side. Sabi ni Ma'am, Sweetie Pie CV, promise to sleep early starting tonight, but how can I resist? Nako, ipinuyat ko pa naman kayo, may trabaho at pasok pa ang mga tao bukas. Samantalang ako, puro meetings lang. Ah, Sabi ni Going Kick by Ian, parang kailan lang pinapapili ka pa namin kung NCCA o DOT kayo, then OPS came. And now you're back at SOCMED, road to 90K. O nga, yung mga hindi pa po nagsusubscribe sa YouTube channel, huwag niyong kalimutan naman mag-subscribe. Sabi ni Ma'am Fe Evangelista, waiting na lang ako sa pagbabalik mo sa Karambola. Opo, pero kumbaga, antabayanan niyo na dun sa Karambola. Pero it won't be right away kasi nga I still have certain obligations and some issues to settle. Well, yung mga interesting naman na tanong, Diyos ko, kayo, kababalik ko pa lang. Wala ba kayong mga inipon na tanong? Wag naman about OPS. Maaga pa. Alam niyo ba, there's a rule in government that if you, for example, have served in a particular office, let's say a lawyer ka for a particular office, you are barred from dealing with that office in a professional capacity for 2 years after you leave it. So, kumbaga, yun ang magiging rule of thumb ko for the moment to not talk about or deal with OPS because doon po ako nagserbisyo.
Meron akong tanong.
May tanong daw si Attorney Awasam.
Sino ang gusto sa inyong sumama sa pag-training ng reserve marine? Sumama kayo sa amin. Mag-training kami ng, ewan ko, isang linggo siguro yan, o isang buwan. Kung gustong sumama sa inyo, magsabi lang kayo sa akin. Sama-sama tayo para masaya.
Oo
Kung
nga.
kakayanin ni Atty. Trixie yan at saka ako na ang tatandaan na namin forever, kaya nyo rin yan. Kaya samahan nyo kami.
Yun. Okay? Narinig niyo yun, ha? Eto, sabi ni Ma'am Daisy, please comment sa helicopter issue ni VP Sara. Well, she's entitled to the use of government services and government property, particularly since the president authorized her to do that. And that's the only issue that needs to be discussed on that one. Pwede ba o hindi siya pwede? Pwede. O, end of story.
Mag-a-announce ako ng details on your questions about the marine training. Magiging reserve officer sa Marines. May ipopost ko
Yeah, we
lang yan
want to
sa
join the Marines.
complete. Thank you.
Okay. Sabi ni Angel Alegre, sorry off topic, bakit po naging white ng kulay ng reception hall ng Malacanang? Ang pangit na tignan. Each occupant of Malacanang can add their own touch to the office as long as the changes are reversible because it's a historical structure or it will not affect the structure itself. So, it's allowed. Yun lang ang masasabi ko. Pero I have no opinion on whether it is nice or not nice. Para sa akin, kung ano yung naaangkop. Sunny Dolorosa says, why do you think a Senate president made a boo-boo over the issue of China tourism blacklist for the Philippines? Ganun ba kahina ang team ng Senate president? Thanks. Happy to see you again. Tulog na sana ako mag 2 a.m. na sa Kyoto. Kaso nakita ko live ka. I can't miss it for the world. What do I think? Well, Senate President Mig Subiri usually is very, how do you call this? He thinks before he speaks. But in this instance, I think that the reason he divulged this was because he was truly worried and concerned for the country. Now, it may have been part of a conversation with the ambassador of China, which once he said it, the ambassador had to deny because he has to protect the relations between China and the Philippines. So, on the one hand, you have a diplomat who needs to temper the discussion on it, and a senator who needed to bring it out in order to bring it to the attention of government and for us to be able to address the problem that is emerging. So those are two different interests that are not congruent necessarily. So magsasalita sila nang naaayon dun sa mga interest na ina-uphold nila. So let's wait. Eventually, makikita natin kung ano yung tunay dyan. Now, some people may think that Senator Meigs was wrong. And ako personally, I think it was just out of time. There was a time for to be able to say that and a place for that. But otherwise, I think we also have to understand where it was coming from. It was coming from a genuine desire to correct things. Okay. Since malapit na tayo mag 1 hour, last few questions.
Salamat kay Alexander Abaw for that $10 from YouTube.
Uy, maraming salamat. Lahat din, Leopoldo, salute for sending 100 stars. What may sweldo ba yung Reserve Marines? Only if you're called to active duty. Ask ko lang po, tinatanong ni Political Sausawero kung ang confidential funds ay ino-audit. Intelligence funds po ang hindi ino-audit. Actually, everything is subject to audit, but there are certain, kumbaga, exceptions to itemization. I-double check ko po yan. I need to study that para mabigyan kita ng mas comprehensive na sagot. Watching from Rastanura, si Anthony. Good to see you again on YouTube, FB Live, and take care. Welcome back po sa pagla-live. Sabi ni Ma'am Delcy, anong snacks dyan? Ewan ko ma'am, pero wala po ditong yung Japanese na snacks. Bubili pa ako. Ma'am Helen Bratter, thank you very much dun sa pinadala ninyo. And kay Ma'am Dina Campos, maraming salamat po. So, Vince Galeon and Sherry Lucoloma, parehong nagpadala ng stars. Rod Robles, thank you din po. Pwede kaya sumali sa age 40? I think walang age limit yung sa reservist. But I have to double check dyan.
Oo, gugupitan siyempre. White side wall ako niyan.
Sabi ni Ma'am Karen, tutuluyan ba ni PBBM by the legal defense of JPE si TikTokerang nakasuhan for libel? I don't think na ina-announce na there's going to be an actual lawsuit. Ang sinasabi ni legal counsel, ni Presidential Legal Counsel, is that this person is vulnerable to a case for libel. So, also, matagal pa bago mag-prescribe yan. So, they can actually file it anytime between now and Attorney Ahmed, ano yung prescription for libel?
Yung kay Maria Reza, parang sinabi ng court. Pero I think that's, ang pinaka-safe na is 6 years. Pinaka-maaga.
So, anytime before that, or pwede silang kasuhan. So, he's vulnerable. He's open to that.
Kailan daw hindi magpuputi si Sek Naida?
I think I'm not sure. Medyo labo yun na tanong na yan. Tandaan niyo po pati ang kasuotan ay bahagi ng free speech. Pero minsan merong mga inaantas na uniform sa ibang mga opisina, and that is also a valid exercise of ano yun, restrictions instituted by offices. Do you think Senator Zubiri needs to apologize for making a terrible mistake? Kasi after BBM and family, we're able to strengthen our ties with China. May ganitong issue para tuloy ang dating kasi nagpunta si BBM to mend ties naman sa US. I think Senate President should apologize. Just me. Well, medyo it's tricky. The President is the architect of our foreign policy. But like I said, Senator Zubiri was coming from a good place. He was really just trying to bring attention to an emerging issue that needs to be addressed immediately. Uh, I think that if any apology is owed by Senator Miggs, it would be to the president and to China. But frankly, I don't think so. I don't think an apology is in order. An apology would be necessary if there was malice in issuing the statement. And I don't see any malice in Senator Zubiri's statement. Okay? Last two questions. Wala akong nakikitang question. Yung tinatanong ni John Adrian Tan, saka ko na po sasagutin kung ano yung pinaka-challenging na na-experience ko as press secretary. It wouldn't be a good idea to talk about it so soon. Pero siguro next year, pwede na akong magsalita about, and kasi worried ako dahil syempre, may OIC, may transition, and all that. It might not be very prudent to discuss these things, not until some time has passed. May tuso po ba kayo nakikita sa government officials like sa mga gabinete? Sa totoo lang po, wala. Mababait po yung ating cabinet. I have gotten to know many of them. May polisiya kasi ang Pangulo na dumadaan ng mga press releases through OPS at tinutulungan lahat ng mga cabinet secretaries sa kanilang pagdi-disseminate ng impormasyon. So in the process, marami po kaming nakikilala na kakausap at nakakatrabaho sa mga cabinet secretaries, and to a man, all of them, I consider them all good people. So wala po akong nakikita doon na tuso or kumbaga na hindi bagay sa posisyon. So right now, kumbaga, they will be judged naman later on by you, the voting public, or the public, based on their achievements or their mistakes, if ever. So, my opinion on that doesn't count kasi they have all been very good to me. Any comments sa BBM vloggers na nagpaparinigan? I think that I consider all of them as friends. And it wouldn't be a good idea to take sides. Like with anything, the freedom of speech is something that we should accept. Even the criticism of each other is part of that freedom of speech, unless tumatawid na po siya sa libel. Gayon pa man, I understand that people are upset over some of the negativity online. I think that we should just be really patient. Eventually, these things will be settled, but even if they're not, kumbaga, we're all adults here. We can accept each other's failings and we can accept each other's successes as well. Yun lang po. I think that especially yung sina Coach Jarrett and sina Janjan, all of them, I got to know them as well kasi when we were campaigning, minsan magkakasama po kami. And they're also very, alam niyo, they're very, I'm very, buti ko nang sabihin unselfless. They're very generous people. very active and extremely funny. They have an excellent sense of humor. So, you know, I can't say anything beyond that. I have only good things to say about all of them. Hindi po kailangan, I mean, just because may nag-aaway, doesn't mean na kailangan sumali tayo, di ba?
Super sticker! Super sticker!
Thank you for the super sticker! Van Torres. I like the super stickers. Um, Hi, Rika! Sabi niya, so happy you're back on Luminous. Thank you, thank you. I'm so happy to be able to talk to you, to everybody like this again. Namiss ko talaga to. But I really was planning before to continue going live. It's just that masyadong ano eh, na, kumbaga there's so many things that you have to balance. Ano naman ang comment niyo sa nangyari kay Senator Villar? Wait! So recent Senate hearing na. Oh my gosh, si Senator Villar. Wait, I have to read that. Bukas mag-live tayo about that. Which Senator Villar was this?
The wife, ano, the wife of the female Senator
Was it Senator Cynthia?
Cynthia.
Wait, I have to read up on that. Mahirap naman nagko-komento ng walang ano na dito ko lang nakikita. Okay, that's 1 hour. Thank you very much, everybody, for everything that you sent. The stars, super stickers, the, ano ba yung tawag dun sa iba?
Super
all
sticker.
of that. The donations and all that. Thank you very, very much. And thank you very much for supporting ang pagbabalik sa Luminous. And we'll see you tomorrow. Sige, we'll look into that incident and let's talk about it. Sabi ni Ma'am Karen Minyao, libelous ba yung tweet ni Ani Hemora? No, Hemora. This is Odi Hemora, right? Tama ba yun? No, convicted si GMA, Attorney Topacio is telling him, well, Attorney Topacio is an excellent lawyer. He knows what he's talking about. I have to check on that one. But ako, I trust Attorney Topacio's legal opinion on this. SIM card registration sa next live. Sige, babasahin pa po muna natin yung batas on that one and we need to discuss yung yung mga bago on that one. Sabi ni Eugene Kaling, are you familiar with Arabic coffee with cardamom? No, but I am willing to try. Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow. Magla-live po ulit tayo on those 2 suggested issues. Arabic coffee, lako lang. Senator Villar and the SIM card registration act. Mag-aaral po muna ako ha. Maraming salamat sa lahat. Oy, tulog na, gabi na. Para sa mga nandito sa Pilipinas at mas gabi na para dun sa mga nasa Japan. So good night everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Yes, magiging often na po ang live natin dito. Thank you very much. Good night.
Bye.